I can no longer use the shopping market bags in this anymore. So I've been buying
the actual liners.
Yeah, I've been buying 5-gallon bags for this for the past 4 or 5 years since I got this, which was a really downside. Because for the first 2 years I was in this house, I just had a regular garbage can, which was small enough that I could fit the regular bags into, and I haven't been able to.
I stretch mine out in them. I just fucking like.
You make the rim.
I will make it work. I'll do 3 corners, not even the 4.
You don't use condoms this way, right? Welcome to The Worst Asian Podcast, where a couple Asian American millennials give you our shitty opinions on all things Asian.
Whoa.
My name is Lingjie, here with my co-host. His name is Ben.
Whoa. Pause again, see? There you go.
The dramatic pause gets louder and louder every episode.
We need like a drum roll.
At some point, it's going to be 3 minutes of silence while I say your name. People can be like, what the fuck did this thing cut out?
Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I haven't seen you actually in a long time. And once again, guys, in case you paid attention, we did not have a new episode last week.
No, we didn't.
I didn't even bother putting up a rerun. I was like, what the fuck is there?
Oh shit, we have reruns now.
Yeah.
You think about it?
I didn't do any reruns. I didn't skim from our bonus content to plug into the main thing. When you didn't show up, I said, fuck it, I'm taking the rest of the week off.
Yeah.
That's literally what I did.
Did you enjoy it though?
Yeah, of course.
All right, that's good.
More extra time is good. Not to say that this podcast is not enjoyable, but having time to do nothing and just focus on myself or my family is more enjoyable than the podcast stuff.
You're able to get a haircut, it looks like?
Did I think I got this haircut in preparation for the recording that you missed last week.
For last week.
Yeah, I got it like Monday. So when you didn't show up Tuesday, I was like, all right, fuck it.
What's it? I guess we should apologize. I should apologize. We
apologize to it, but you.
So we're gonna apologize. We just want to say, well, we're so sorry. Thank you so much for just checking up on us, though. We appreciate it.
Guys, you know for a fact that this was not my fault.
What's it? We stopped doing, unfortunately, our favorite sweepstake of Ben giving specific $70.
Oh, fuck, whoever, you owe me money. Actually, no. If you guys remember, Ben's supposed to give me money, but that's only a no call, no show.
Oh, okay.
You technically texted me to say that you're not coming.
Yes, I did.
So you woke up to earn those $70 and then you went right back to sleep. I can almost picture you, Ben. You rolled your ass out of bed. You said, I don't feel like doing this today. Let me just text them so I don't have to pay $70.
I didn't even think about the actual like fine print of the rules of the sweepstake that we have.
It's just no call, no show.
It's a no call, no show. But
as in you sleep in and I can't reach you and you just don't show up.
And I believe this is inflation tied because that $70 is such a weird specific amount. It's not like 25.
Do you know why it's 70?
Oh, because
it was 50 and then
we kept upping it.
We kept upping it every time you fucked up.
Yes. And then it went up to 70 and I was like, I'm going broke from this.
If you guys have no idea what you're talking about, you're probably a new listener. At some point in the past, Ben had to give me money when he did not show for recording.
I believe that was from episode 84. That's when it first started.
And it's actually been so long since you no call, no showed.
Yeah, that is true.
Now you're very smart. You just text me to tell me you're not coming instead.
I actually totally forgot about the rule until I just mentioned it now.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, it's convenient.
So it actually hasn't been, it actually has been a while since I saw you. I did a recording with Mike in lieu of you, but that's coming out on...
We're going to use that one, right?
We're going to use that one for Father's Day. That's why you were not invited to the episode, because it was a Father's Day fatherly episode I did with Mike.
So when people were, when you brought up like, hey, what should we ask, blah, blah, a lot of people were fucking asking me and DMing me, like, Ben, technically you're a dad. I was like, holy shit, this joke is getting a little too serious now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck.
And when I made the joke, when I took the picture with Mike from Asian Pod.
Yes, shout out to Mike, man.
When I took the picture with him and I made a joke about that we're starting a new podcast, Rich Asian Dad, Poor Asian Dad.
Yeah.
A lot of people took that seriously.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, even though they knew it was a joke, pushed to actually have that be a real podcast.
I mean, I was thinking about that. I was like, if Lingjie could do like every weekly like finance bro stuff, I was like, I could see you doing that actually.
That actually might be fun, but you guys will find out Mike has some more news that he's going to be busy with, so he can't take on any more podcasts. I'll tell you off the air, Ben.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, guys, we're back this week with another Bullshit Asian episode. In case you missed us, this is probably your first week in 2-3 years that you did not get something on your feed from Worst Asian Podcast. So if you're dying for shitty Asian content, then what you should first do is leave us a 5-star review.
There you go. Coming back strong.
I usually do this at the end of the podcast, but I'm going to do the begging right now. Guys, There are a lot of you out there. There are a lot of you. Those that have left us a review on Apple or Spotify, I thank you. Those that have not but do listen, I thank you for listening. But if you do have a couple minutes, it really, really does mean a lot to me and the algorithm if you can just give us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify. On Apple, if you can just leave a comment. I know it's weird to write a comment, so just tell me your favorite Pokemon, something, just whatever. If you don't like Pokemon, tell me your favorite celebrity.
Perfect.
It'll be the most random thing. 5 stars, Brad Pitt. People will be like, what the fuck does this mean?
Tom Hanks. They're like, what? There's an emoji for that?
So if you can do that for me, that means a lot. And one final note before we get into the actual episode is my niece was telling me, there's a very funny story.
Oh, I was going to ask you about this.
My niece, who is 9 turning 10. Actually, no, she just turned 10. She told me, Uncle Lingjie, I heard your podcast and you said some bad words. So
I knew this is where it was going.
Lots of questions. Number one.
Yes.
I was asking her, why were you listening to it?
Right.
Turns out she was in the car, her dad's car. They parked and her dad went into the the garage to get something.
Okay.
But apparently it was shuffling through his playlist and it finished whatever it was playing that was child friendly. And it auto played the next episode, which was our podcast. So they were just sitting in the car listening for a little bit to the podcast while their dad was away. So to my niece, if you're listening right now, go get your dad.
Yeah.
Out of the garage, tell him to go turn off this poopy thing.
Yeah. There's bad stuff.
Bad stuff.
Yes.
Love you, by the way. Okay.
Uncle Lingjie.
Okay, bye. Go away now.
I was gonna say about that, like, it's kind of like unsettling when we know like our friends' kids are like, oh, I saw Uncle Lingjie, Uncle Ben on YouTube. I'm like, oh, you better go for it.
Or on TikTok or on Instagram. I've had so many random kids of family friends or acquaintances tell me they saw me on social media.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should not be scrolling through this stuff.
Yes, does I put what's that thing called? Baby Shark? The Baby Shark. Do the Baby Shark thing.
These kids are much older than that.
Whatever.
You know what
it
is? I think it's because it's their parents' phones who have seen our social media accounts. So if the kids take their parents' phones and are scrolling through their social media, there is a chance it might actually come up on something they've seen before, which is us.
I think it's pretty cool. Also, like people when we do come on up, I always ask them like, "Is that a bad thing?" Like they're like, "Oh, you guys pop up all the time." I'm like, "I'm sorry. I don't know if I should apologize or not."
It's like I'm bothering you.
Yeah, I was like,
like a bad ad.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
It's like if you look at one, let's say, lactate pill on Amazon. Next thing you know, on your social media, it's just constantly recommending like,
dude,
probiotics or like stuff for your stomach out of nowhere, right?
Bro, I was just talking about work. We need step ladders. Now I just get like all these stepladder ads from fucking Temu. And like it's like generic white people, just like one's on the floor.
Isn't it crazy? I'm almost convinced, and this is like, Alex Jones territory, but I'm almost convinced somehow the phone is listening to me. Because sometimes I get that if I search on my browser, it's in the cookies or whatever, then it finds you. But sometimes it'll be a thing where I'm just vocalizing in real life. I go to my social media and it's there.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not even like, it's completely unrelated to anything I've searched physically on my phone, but I'm just talking about it right now. Like if I pick up my phone right now and what's the thing?
What's the word? What you said? Lactating milk? I don't know if we could buy that, but what else is there? Formula, baby formula.
Baby formula.
Formula 1.
Baby formula.
Babies.
Baby formula.
Baby food.
Diapers. Do you think if us saying this and other people having this go through their phones will make them have ads for this?
What's gonna happen is like they're gonna play it through their speakers, and then now their phone's gonna pick that up now. Oh my god.
Anyways, guys, we're doing one of our more fun listicle episodes today. We're
listicles?
Listicles.
Listicle? Like a testicle?
No.
Dude, that's not even a word. I heard testicle, bro. I heard listicle.
Listicle is a word.
Like fantastical?
No, listicle is a combination of 2 words. What do you think listicle is a combination of?
I just said it.
No, it's not. It's not Listerine and testicle.
Is it the rapper Mystical? I don't know.
It's a combination of the 2 words list and article.
Oh,
it's listicle.
Okay, that does make sense.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll spell it the other way.
You're picturing Listerine on testicles.
I was. That sounds very painful.
We're gonna be talking about different things in a Western household as compared to an Asian household. I think we did something like this before.
We did.
We have a lot of overlapping topics. Not this exact topic, but we have had a lot of overlapping topics. So guys, if you're in a more Asian household, you're in a more Western household, or you're in a mixed race household, we have a lot of listeners in the mixed race household.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know how some of this compares to what your household is like. But we're going to compare differences between a Western and Asian household. So this could just be like Asian Asia in Asia or Asian American or whatever. We have free roam to say whatever the hell that we want because this is our podcast.
Right. Come on in, take off your shoes and take a tour of the place.
Okay, Ben, what is first on your listicle?
Listicle. I thought it was a really interesting one. I'm glad you pointed it out. Let's talk about our garbage cans. And how do we put our garbage liners?
Oh, yeah. Plastic bags.
Yes, plastic bags. Not only do we have a plethora.
That's the wrong word. Plethora.
No, plethora.
Plethora. Is that a Pokemon?
No, it's plethora.
Plethora.
That's a Pokemon.
No, plethora.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you being serious or joking right now? Okay.
So there's a plethora of now I'm actually gonna fuck it up.
You're gonna fuck it up in the future.
Yeah. Just random plastic bags everywhere, right?
Actually, in my house, they're there, but they're not everywhere. They're in one
kind of like container, right?
No, they're in a bag. They're in another plastic bag.
Bag of a bag.
It's inception of plastic reusable bags.
So I thought it was really cool that you mentioned also when we do refill our garbage cans.
Yeah.
It's always just a random supermarket bag.
It is.
Or like it's just from like another deli that still says "Have a nice day."
Yeah. Or like the Chinese supermarket bags, which are red.
Yeah.
Which are actually the best ones because those are thick.
They're really stretchy too.
They're really stretchy. And they're really thick because they're meant for carrying heavy groceries, as opposed to what you're talking about, like the thank you smiley face ones.
Yeah.
Those
could rip.
Those are super,
dangerous.
super thin.
Don't put anything soupy in
those. Are meant for the garbage cans and like the bathroom.
Yes.
Which are very lightweight.
The tissues, the
lightweight
Q-tips.
products. But the thick like Chinese red bags, those you can use in the kitchen garbage cans because those are thicker. They're less likely to rip or spill out. But you know what's the downside now? Everyone is getting fancier garbage cans.
Yeah.
As in that brand.
Simple Human,
stuff like that. Shout out to both my Simple Human garbage cans right now.
Shout out to our future sponsors.
I can literally see both of those garbage cans in my proximity right now.
And they're very expensive. That brand is expensive.
Why are they so expensive?
I don't know. I don't know. They're it's nice. It's like $100 for like not even the like automated one, like the machine.
No,
where you
it's
put
just a simple like that garbage can.
$3,000
was $200 something.
I believe you. I'm looking at it right now.
The only reason why I got it, not because I like this particular brand, because I have a garbage can where it holds both the recycling and the trash in the same container. So when you kick it open, you can put your recyclables and your whatever. Because I care about the environment.
Or no, bro, no one gives a shit about the environment. It's because we're gonna get fucking penalized for. You don't give a shit about the.
We're gonna get a ticket if we don't recycle. That's all.
Yeah, quote unquote recycle. We can talk about how fake recycling is, guys. But Simple Humans was like, let me make that very fancy. That looks like a computer tower.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
It looks like Apple made it.
Someone needs to knock off these brands and just make the same exact thing, but just call it like Complicated Human or something.
You know what's great about those is that the old ones back then used to make that really squeaky plastic noise.
Oh, when you step on the step thing and the lid popped up.
Fucking silent. It's like a hybrid car. You know, you don't even fucking hear it. It's like you just step on. I was like, is it working?
You know what is actually the downside? Besides, like, if you guys are fancy enough to have like a Western style garbage can with my point was I can no longer use the shopping market bags in this anymore. So I've been buying
the actual liners.
Yeah, I've been buying 5-gallon bags for this for the past 4 or 5 years since I got this, which was a really downside because for the first 2 years I was in this house, I just had a regular garbage can which was small enough that I could fit the regular bags into, and I haven't been able to.
I stretch mine out in them. I have a Superhuman. I just fucking like.
Oh, you make the rim.
I will make it work. I'll do 3 corners, not even the 4.
You don't use condoms this way, right? It's like, it's okay.
Oh, man, I have a condom store over this weekend actually.
Don't.
Like, we gotta talk about the house.
We gotta talk about that. How do Asian?
He's already like, this is going somewhere so far. You started it.
Western sex.
You started
Asian sex.
the differences.
Anyways, what the
shit.
fuck was I saying?
Oh, thanks for condom sponsor Simple Humans.
My parents were
Uh-huh.
complaining forever because they tried to find like a cheaper garbage can that has a pop-up lid that that is small enough to fit their reusable bags.
Yeah.
So they couldn't find any of that size. They ended up finding one from a 99-cent store, but it was like pink with like polka dots on it.
Oh, is it like in plasticky?
It's plasticky, but they still bought it because they're like, this is the only one of this size.
Oh, sorry guys. If you feel that bass, I'm just passing gas.
Oh, that's okay. I'm very good at taking out
farts?
background noise right now.
Sorry guys, I'm just passing so much gas.
Ben here is the loud engine
What is
behind
that?
us.
Is that the car?
That's a Subaru WRX.
That's
in
a
the back.
WRX?
That's not my WRX, but that's the
No,
neighbor.
that's your Supra is in the shop right now, right? Or your Bugatti? I forgot.
Okay, Asian liners in the house, guys. Let us know if you use this.
They definitely have to, man.
One final point about this, and it actually makes more sense. Here in New York City, they're giving away less and less plastic bags.
Right.
So I no longer have the trouble of not having enough bags, but I hear from other people that still use grocery bags to line their trash cans that they now don't get enough grocery bags because they're not giving away plastic bags anymore.
Whoa, I see.
They're forcing you to use paper or reusable bags.
So you know what's my hack so far? I think you do it too, right? Let's see if you do use
I'm
this.
almost guaranteed I know where you're going.
So if you go, guys, if you go to like supermarkets and shit, you know how we still have vegetable bags?
The clear vegetable
The
bags.
clear ones, right? You just like rip it off and you have to fucking lick your fingers and shit.
And they come in a roll like
a big, like a paper towel roll.
Yeah.
So you grab those bad boys. And sometimes I use this when you run out.
Do you use the whole roll? Or
I grab as much as I can. I just fucking put almost for every piece of like produce I'm
My
buying.
mom does that too. And
She does that?
I'm not going to lie, I do that too.
There we go.
I don't take too many. So if I have like a vegetable and I would like double bag it.
Right, exactly.
So I get 2 bags.
Or like if you buy meat, it's really good for separating
You have
meat.
to bag meat because you don't want it to like leak in your car under the bag.
I gotta say, when I first started doing it, I was like, damn, I'm innovative.
And then you see all the Chinese people doing it.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit, that was just causing more of a problem.
I actually once saw the Chinese supermarket that had a sign up that says, do not take bags. We will charge you, I forgot, like,
oh shit, they actually said that?
yeah, like 25 cents per extra bag you take or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Damn.
so be a little bit careful. It was in English, broken English, but it was written in English.
Damn, it's like, you take, you die.
All right. Next difference between an Asian household. Let's stay in the kitchen because I think the kitchen is probably where there's the most amount of shit, both Asian or not Asian,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that a Chinese household, or not Chinese, a Western household as compared to an Asian household, an Asian one always has a nice rice cooker. I don't mean a rice cooker because, again, Western people also have a rice cooker.
It's not a rice cooker.
But they have the ones that single button.
Yeah.
Do you know what the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where the lid actually just stays on with gravity.
And it just shakes when it's cooking.
It does. It does.
It just rattles.
That one.
Yeah.
Western people tend to have that one.
Yeah. That's a teapot, guys. It's just a large teapot.
That's a, what is it? That's a high heat crock pot.
Yeah. Thank you. Well said.
It's the same exact thing as a crock pot.
Thank you.
It just heats up a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
But an Asian household traditionally will always have some kind of nice rice cooker.
Yes.
If anything, I would actually say, and we could talk about this, the rice cooker is probably the most expensive gadget that an Asian person has in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I would say so, yeah. It's like the first, it has to be.
It's the most expensive thing, not counting the fridge or the stove or the dishwasher, obviously, right?
Right.
It's probably even more expensive than most of the microwaves people have.
Yeah, my microwave sucks. I'll admit that. We don't go out hard for like a microwave.
Yeah, people buy whatever microwaves because they tend to
we gotta make good rice. So
how much is your rice? Actually, which one do you have in your house? Which brand do you have?
I have the cuckoo. You know
that's that. Yes, I know cuckoo.
Cuckoo.
Is this cuckoo?
Cuckold?
Cuckold? Cuckold? It's Cuckoo, right?
Yeah, cock and
cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Real question, since you're Korean and that's a Korean brand.
Yes.
Is that to mimic the sound of a chicken, or is that a word in Korean that sounds like cuckoo from a chicken?
I actually don't know, but it's spelled like the way like a chicken clucks, right?
Yeah.
That's what they call it, clucking, right?
Those 2 syllables together don't make it like a word or resemble a Korean word.
I don't know. Now I'm kind of curious.
Okay, talk about your rice cooker while I Google what does cuckoo mean.
What's it? Yours has what I find annoying about mine is that it speaks too much. It's like Jarvis from Iron Man.
It speaks words,
yeah,
verbal words.
It's a female and she's speaking in Korean.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, sometimes it freaks me out because like it just like starts playing late at night, and I think there's like a stranger in the house. But it's like that. It has like the lights. It does like the circle.
Why is your rice cooker going off in the middle of the night?
I'll try to record it next time. It's like it does that at the night. Maybe it's like,
Are you cooking something?
no, it's just like, hey, scheduling to preheat that rice.
Is it in Korean or Chinese?
It's in Korean.
Chinese. Sorry, why the fuck did I say Chinese?
No, there's probably ones that's like in Chinese and shit. It's like mayo fan.
That's a pretty good guys. Guys, did you understand what he just said?
Lingjie's actually impressed right now.
Did you understand what you just said?
Yeah, there's no more rice, right?
Where the fuck did you learn this?
Yeah, from you guys. From you guys, man. I hear you guys talking about all the time. I was like, oh, we're out of rice? So I hear you guys saying it. Because we eat so much together.
How you say no more rice in Korean?
Pop 없어요. Pop? Pop is rice.
Pop?
없어요.
Pop 없어요?
없어요.
Pop 없어요.
Yeah.
没有饭. Pop 없어요.
Because I know fan is rice.
Yeah.
Right? Because we always talk about it.
Oh yeah, pop. Bibimbap.
Yeah, bibimbap. There you
Bibimbap.
go.
Okay, pop. All right, so apparently the name cuckoo is not anything that we think.
All right, cool.
It was founded in 1978 under the name
Really?
Sungkwang Electronics.
Maybe Kwang.
And then
for
later in
cool?
1998, they rebranded to cuckoo. And there's nothing about what exactly this means. So they just made up a random word, I guess, right?
Right.
Because I'm looking through a bunch of different articles, and there's nothing about this word having. What do you call what's the term for when you find the origin of a word? There's a term for that.
Oh shit, I don't know
right?
actually. The etymology.
Oh my god, that's so close.
Is this something like that? Etymology?
We're just going to run with that. The etymology of cuckoo is unknown according to the internet right now. So I'm gonna guess it's just a random thing that they made up.
What's it? What's the brand that you have?
I have fuck. I
Is
call it
the Japanese one.
I call it the elephant brand, but
Oh shit! Wow, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now. Oh, that's the little baby elephant.
Yes.
That's all I needed to know, bro.
Zojurishi.
Sojurishi.
Zojurishi.
Sojurishi. Yeah, the Japanese brand.
Sorry if we're fucking you up. I'm sorry if you're Japanese. We
they're-
literally call it the elephant brand in Chinese. So when I translate it over to English in my head, I just say the elephant brand. Because in Chinese, I say the elephant brand.
I like that.
Because there's the
you know which exactly
other
what I
brand.
know
There's
too.
the tiger brand.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
That's actually tiger. That's Korean.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm trying to remember that one too. The tiger one's not as synonymous.
I think
now.
the tiger one is just called tiger.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. It is just tiger. Thank you. You're right. It's just called
It's
tiger.
just tiger.
Wow, I love how we're just like actually like
Figuring
we're actually representing our Asian heritage right now through rice cookers. But Zojurishi is a really good brand too. They're very expensive as well.
Guys, if you actually get that brand, I was told, and this could be true or not true, but I got it anyways. They make the exact same model for Japan and for America. But apparently, if you buy the same model that's made to be sold in Japan, it's actually better quality.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
They say if possible, if you can somehow source it, get the same model you want, but the Japanese version, even though the dials and stuff may not be exactly what it is, you'll figure it out after a while because apparently the rice cooker is of better quality.
It's the parts. So if so it's like so for example, Mazda, some people like when you're buying the car, they specifically try to make sure it says made in Japan. Because some car companies don't make their shit, to their native land anymore. So like some that says made in America, you're fucked. If it says Mazda, that shit's using Ford Explorer parts and shit.
Yeah.
But you want the Mazda from Japan. So it's the same thing. Oh shit, yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why then too, right?
I think maybe like does yours do the fucking spouting thing that's like shh and like it just makes all those whistling bells and
no, mine doesn't do any of that. Mine only makes one noise when it's done cooking. It goes do 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 do.
It makes like a little
chime, like a little small little chime.
Yeah.
Like a 1999 Nokia phone chime.
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of chime it makes.
I think they're really smart because they made these rice cookers to make every time we make rice, it's like an event. It's like almost like the countdown for like New Year's Eve and shit.
One thing okay, guys, why it's actually more expensive besides just the quality parts is I've been told that most of these Eastern rice cookers that are so expensive is they're kind of like foolproof. So if you don't put enough water for the amount of rice you have in or something like that, there's apparently sensors in there that will adjust
make more water.
just like maybe they should just have a rice cooker that like is connected to a spout, like a water inline or something.
There probably won't exist just like that. Imagine like $5,000.
But anyways, it's supposed to adjust the cooking temperature and the length of it if you put too much rice or too much water. So you'll still get pretty much the correct rice final product, even if you fucked up the ratios a little bit. That's what I read, that most of them do something like that.
So you ever tried this? My mom will make rice out of like actual pressure cooker though. Like it's like a pot with like the crazy metal lid.
Yeah, where you screw it on top.
And then you have to actually let the pressure out and stuff. I've seen her make rice out of that. Is
it faster? Is it actually
faster? A lot faster. That's like
It's like microwave fast.
yeah, it's like instant, like to make like
That's
a
crazy.
lot. Yeah, which I was like, oh, that's actually smart.
What are we talking? Like 10 minutes? Because that would be really fast for
Yeah,
rice.
it's fast because I guess the heat with all the pressure, and then once it's done, you just let it out.
Well, these rice cookers have like a quick setting. When I am late on dinner, I use the quick setting, and it does it in, I want to say like 35 minutes.
Yeah, some shit. It's pretty fast.
Yeah, 35 minutes is pretty fast because if you're cooking dinner, you start the rice first, then you cook your dinner. By the time you're done with dinner, usually the rice is ready.
Do you think there's a certain point where like there's rice cookers that on average, if you're an Asian,
Oh,
they're
should we
like
talk about price? How much was your rice
Right.
cooker?
It was
Do you
like
know?
it was expensive. It was like almost $5. Almost.
Yo, that's so crazy. Do you know how much it holds? Is it large?
It's pretty large. I mean, it's for the whole family. So yeah, and I'm fat.
Almost $500, and
It's-
your mom loves carbs.
Yo,
Your mom loves rice.
yeah, and what's it? It makes fucking great rice.
It does.
It's always perfect.
Yeah.
It's always perfect. Like there's nothing better than just having fresh rice. As soon as you open it, you just get that
That smell is amazing.
insulin hit. You're
That
like,
smell is
oh.
amazing. Oh, guys, small plug. This is not a paid plug. If you
Oh.
guys like the smell of steamed white rice, Brandon from Bison Candles makes a candle that's actually steamed rice. Or
That is dangerous. Whoa, that smells so good. That I can already smell it. That sounds so dangerous, bro.
Ben's gonna eat the
Yeah.
candle. Ben's
I'm
gonna
gonna
eat
get
the
some
fun candle.
kimchi and just dump it into the candle.
So that's Bison Candles. For those of you that on a low carb diet and you want to still smell the rice,
I don't know if that helped too.
Bison Candles, check it out. It's BAISUN Candles. So
I
go
would
check that
get
out.
that actually. That's a really cool gift.
Why would you get that if you already have real rice?
Because I'm just sadistic. I don't know.
Actually, what? Go get it. Go get it. All right. They're actually worth it. I think mine is supposed to be like 300, but I got it from my mother-in-law because she bought it and never used it.
Oh damn.
And the only downside is mine is an extremely large family version.
yeah,
But me and my wife don't eat rice. I know.
I know you don't eat rice.
Come at me.
Yeah.
But my son eats rice.
right.
So I use this giant family size one
It's just his.
to cook 1 cup of rice. I'm like, I can't tell if it's using more electricity than it should or something.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
I'm literally cooking enough for a 5-year-old child to have 1 bowl of rice, and that's it.
Imagine like these rice cookers. You put like 8 grains of rice, and it makes like a full pot.
It's
Still,
like, what the
somehow.
fuck did this do?
Some like Fifth Element shit or whatever.
All right, Ben, what's next on your list besides the rice? Stay in the kitchen if you still have kitchen stuff, I guess.
Oh, what's it? I think you wrote it down too. Let me just double check. Let me see. Thank you. Cleaver / butcher knives.
Yes.
Thank you for mentioning it. And chef's knife.
Let's
Thank
talk
you.
about the different kinds of cutlery.
cutlery.
We're so good. We're
etymologists. We're killing it.
What's the word that you use?
Etymology.
No, for a lot of stuff.
Did I say no for the root of word?
No. Yes. But then what word did you say that you mispronounced on purpose for an abundant amount of stuff?
Plethora.
Plethora.
Plethora, guys.
We have a plethora of new vocabularies today.
We really do make people dumber.
Guys, by the way, it's plethora, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to make sure that you guys know that we're not this dumb.
Cutlery.
Cutlery. Does a chef's knife go under cutlery, or is cutlery more like a
Yeah.
table knife?
Oh, you're talking about like utensils.
Oh, that's utensils. Guys,
Oh man, we're killing
we
it.
just learned a new word.
We're killing it, guys.
Utensils.
We are so Asian. We don't know English.
All right, guys, before we talk about the actual kind of knives we use, let me know in your head what kind of knives you use in the kitchen primarily. And then think about what kind of household you have. If you have a more Asian, more Western, a mixed household, like what is your go-to kitchen knife? I know people nowadays have a lot of different types of knives for different purposes, but what is like the one knife you would take if you had to like just use one singular knife in the kitchen forever?
Please don't say butter knife.
What the fuck?
That's the difference. We really don't have a butter
Side tangent. My least favorite thing is when I get like a steak at a place, and it's not a steakhouse, obviously, and they give me a butter knife. Have you ever had this happen to you?
No. But I'm already getting
They'll give you like
getting
a
annoyed.
butter knife, or what is, it's basically as sharp as a butter knife.
I'm getting annoyed just thinking about
It's
that.
not serrated. It doesn't have the teeth. It's not really
Yeah.
sharp.
It doesn't have a point.
No, it's just a butter knife with your steak. This has happened to me multiple times when I've gone to like a diner and I get like steak and eggs, let's say.
Diners would do that.
And they'll give me
Yeah.
that. And they're not giving me that because I have toast. I know they're giving that to me for the steak.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the actual knife. Ben, what knife would you take if you had to choose one knife from your kitchen?
Well,
Easy, right?
I mean, technically it's the chef's knife, right?
Oh, fuck you.
I know, but I know what you're gonna go with this. For the Asian,
What is a chef's knife? Do you want to explain?
a chef's knife, it's pretty much like the standard knife that does it, right? It's like two of
I always call it the standard white person's knife.
Yeah, well, let's stick with that. It's about 6 to 8 inches, ladies, for but the length, right?
Ben's looking at me weird.
But what Lingjie is referring to is a good old fucking OG cleaver.
Cleaver, butcher's knife. What else is a name for it?
Murder weapon.
Okay, it's basically a rectangle.
Yeah,
it's a rectangle.
It's a very sharp rectangle.
The sharp rectangle with a handle.
Yes.
That's basically all it is. And the bigger, the better.
The bigger, the better.
Because those things, especially the ones that have the steel handle where it's a part of the whole knife itself.
The full
what?
tang.
The what?
Full tang.
What's a tang?
That's what they call it.
Which part is the tang?
I think the whole part where it's like you said, it's like one whole piece and then they put it.
So if the knife is one whole piece, including the handle, that's called a tang?
Yeah.
Or do you mean the handle is called the tang?
No, because if it's separated, it's not considered a tang. A tang means like it's one whole piece.
Including the handle.
Yeah, we're just knocking out these words. I'm not talking about tang the juice. Not the juice, not the OJ tang.
Or there's
juice.
a restaurant here called Tang.
Oh, shit. Is Tang still here?
It's still there.
Oh shit. Oh, shout out to Tang. Fuck it.
If you guys work at Tang, let us know.
Well, we'll stop by,
Okay, so especially the cleavers, butcher knives that where it's the whole piece where it's metal.
Yeah.
Like the one my mom has. Those are so good because they're heavy.
Yes.
I feel like you can sharpen them forever because there's technically a lot of metal to sharpen. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, so it just becomes a regular knife eventually or something?
Yeah, it turns into a chef's knife if you sharpen it up. But those things are so good because you can, if they're sharp enough, you can like actually slice small things with them. If you're
skilled enough, yeah.
You could. And if you need to like cut meat with bone in it, those are definitely good for that.
So the OG like Chinese, the older guys, you see them with the cigarette in their mouth and they're doing in the front where they have like all the roast duck and shit. And this is like pow, 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 pow.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that is so scary. That just shows me how sharp cleavers can be. It's like this could chop a tree down.
You know what's also good about that? Especially if you cook a lot at home. You know how some people, they'll use a chef's knife, like you said, like a small chef's knife. And then in order to move the cut food onto from the cutting board to, let's say, the bowl or the actual pot, they'll grab another separate scraper.
Yeah, scraper, yep.
But the butcher knife is a fucking built-in scraper.
Multi-tool, purpose.
Because it's so big, it has so much surface area that it itself can just scoop up your entire cutting board's worth of stuff and put it into whatever that you need to put it into.
Yeah, shout out to the show Good Eats with Alton Brown.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he always talked about how he hates just like a one-dimensional kitchen tool. He loved, right?
Me too. I hate single-purpose things in the kitchen.
And I was like, that's so true. But you have that one thing that is multi-diverse.
Yeah.
Just like a cleaver, it's a game changer.
You know what's also good about the cleaver? If you get a larger, heavy one, if you flip it upside down to the dull side or the handle side, it's a meat tenderizer.
Yes.
You could just beat the shit out of your meat, and I don't mean...
Oh, we're trying so hard to be like
adults.
Adults. We got to think about your niece. Hey,
if you're still listening, go grab your dad. What's he doing in the garage?
Go do your homework.
It's been 15 minutes.
Watch Pokemon. What are you doing here? But also, it's great to like just break shit open to like a shell, break something off. Maybe you could use it to open the garlic cloves and shit too.
Yes,
it just has so many fucking purposes.
Because it's so large and it's so heavy, and it's actually very, very durable. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna try to find some links to put in the bottom. Maybe we can make some money off of this.
So I guess it's time to announce it. Me and Lingjie we're releasing our own cutlery line.
Oh, shit.
We have our chopsticks. What's in there? Chopsticks.
We have our meat beater, which is just a that's a knife. That's a knife.
We have our own rice cooker that it's during panning.
Yeah, we call it the pigeon brand.
The pigeon brand. The NYC edition.
Oh, God. Is there anything that you want to talk about the knife? No, you good?
I just think it's really cool. Also seeing like the ones that are like the guys that are really good with it, they're so good with like just like julienne vegetables.
Have you ever seen like
that's crazy
old women cut the skin off a fruit with the giant cleavers?
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck do you twist your wrist like that? And because I can do that motion with a paring knife.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine holding a big cleaver and just like paring the skin off like a pear or something. But they do it.
There's something really magical seeing them also just like butchering the barbecue in the window.
Yeah.
And I just love seeing that like big chunk of wood and they just throw the cleaver onto it and it just stays there in peace.
It does.
It's like, damn, if that just falls on your wrist, holy crap.
All right, done. Let me see if I have anything else in the kitchen that we should do. Okay, this is kind of in the kitchen. This is not really this is a bit of a stretch, okay? In a Eastern household, I feel like you drink more hot water than you do in a Western household. Hot or at least room temperature water.
Room temperature, yes.
An Asian person, when you go to the house, generally speaking, if they're traditional enough and they're old enough, will never really offer you a cold cup of water or a cold bottle of water.
That is true.
It's either do you want a like water, then they'll give you hot water if it's like the winter, or they'll give you just room temperature water.
Yeah.
But no one really gives you cold water in an Asian house.
No, not really. That's like if you have to specify it. Actually, I would say you're like
you, the guest, have to specify it.
I think so. You know, it's like you shouldn't be surprised if you're offered hot water, tea
especially,
or just room temperature.
Yeah,
I was gonna mention that too. Like in Asian households, tea is a thing. It's an actual thing. We're gonna have tea leaves in there, teapots. Teapots is another thing I was gonna put.
I guess tea is more readily available in traditional Asian households than coffee is for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Asian Americans now, because we drink so much Western style coffee,
right?
Especially Korean people. Oh, you know what? Korean people don't drink as much tea. I feel like you guys drink more coffee than a lot of other.
We drink a lot of coffee. The only thing is like in our household, we drink porichang, which is like we actually make like cold buckwheat tea, I guess.
Yes, that's actually pretty good.
That's the one.
What's the cold? Is it even a tea where it's like rice in it?
Yeah, it's another type of a weed. That's a different type of fucking drink.
Grain.
Yeah, type of grain. But yeah,
is that a tea or is it just like rice in cold water?
So you know what it is?
I've had that before, and it's actually pretty refreshing. And it's not sweet. It has no sugar. It has nothing. It has the flavor from the actual rice grains.
Anything that's considered tea is what? It just has to be steeped and brewed in hot water. And then you could cool it down.
So that's technically called tea?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because like they do it for, isn't chrysanthemum like a flower?
Yes.
Right? So but you can make that into a tea. So I guess it's, as long as you fucking boil it and you drink that shit.
Did you see the thing that I posted recently where my mom brewed me a cup of chrysanthemum tea? I literally thought she took a weed from the...
I didn't. Can I see that?
It was so large. I'll try to look for it.
I saw the picture. Oh, by the way, are you okay? Did you drop a box cutter? Did you drop a box cutter on your foot?
No, I didn't. It fell really close to my foot.
Oh, shit. That looks scary. I remember you took a picture.
Really close to my foot.
Guys, if you could look it back up, or if you did see it, Lingjie, he has like packages that he gets all the time. And that box cutter was like those legit ones.
It fell very close to my foot.
Oh, you're probably nervous.
So my mom brewed me a cup of chrysanthemum tea, but from a dried chrysanthemum, right?
Right.
And then once it was steeped long enough in the water, it just turned to this. I'm showing you a picture.
Dude, I do remember this. It looks like fucking noodles. I remember this. You're asking people only wrong answers.
This is in a giant flower. It's so it literally bloomed in my cup.
Guys,
I will try to put a picture right here for YouTube.
Lingjie's mom just bought a huge sunflower. That's all that is,
That's
bro.
what it looks like.
It looks like she just grabbed a sunflower from someone's fucking front yard, dunked it into your fucking rice cooker.
Yeah.
And just fucking put hot water in there,
She
bro.
puts that, plus a couple goji berries. They're all dried.
Oh, yeah.
And then she pours hot water, and like that's the tea that she brews for me sometimes. It's good. I don't know if it's good for me, but it's good.
That's some delicious egg noodle tea, bro. Yeah, I remember that because I wrote that. It looks like egg noodle tea.
So many people said it was noodles or spaghetti or something.
It looks like it,
looks
bro.
just like it, yeah.
Well, that looks very healthy, though.
It does.
Like, there's no roots, there's no dirt.
I like the flavor of it, too. It's nice.
Yeah.
All right, but I said the hot water, cold water thing in the house. What do you have in the kitchen?
Let's see. We talked about the teapots.
Do you want to talk about the dishwasher just being a drying rack or no?
We could talk about that, actually.
All right, guys. Asian household, if you're fortunate enough to have a dishwasher.
I am not.
That also means... wait, you don't?
Manual, baby.
Listen, all right, you're in an apartment.
Yeah, we call this the Chinese dishwasher, just by hand. That's
Why
what
is it the
call
Chinese and not just the Asian dishwasher?
It was an old joke. I remember this guy, his name was Mahmoud. Well, that's what we call, I guess, uncle.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, what do you call, wow, I'm going to get canceled for this. He's like, what do you call a Chinese vacuum? I was like, oh, what is it, Mahmoud? It was like, just a broom and dustpan. I was like, oh, shit, that's fucked up, dude. So I guess I just told you with it.
Those are good times.
Those are
those are good times. Those are good times when you didn't have to worry about doing like a very pleasant accent when you're not trying to make fun of anybody. You're just doing it for the hell of it.
He was the man. I love that guy.
All right, so in the Asian household, the dishwasher is not for washing dishes.
No,
it's for drying dishes.
No, yeah, it's a very expensive drying rack.
And for some people, it's a very expensive additional base cabinet, basically.
Yeah,
they just put pots and stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not at that point where I need that much space, but I do use it 99% of the time just to dry the dishes that I've washed manually in the sink.
Oh, like the really tough to get spots kind of thing?
To dry.
Oh, you just leave it.
I just leave it in there with the door popped open.
Got you. That makes sense.
And it dries. The only time I run the actual dishwasher is to clean itself.
Oh.
The dishwasher,
I see what you mean.
Should just be called like a self-cleaning product.
Self-cleaning fucking closet.
It just cleans itself. That's the only thing that I use it for. I don't use it to clean other things. I use it to clean itself. It's like if you had a vacuum and all it did was suck itself.
It's just sucking on itself and shit.
It's just like sucking the stuff.
Yo, that sounds so wrong, dude. If you just take them like a few snippets of that, it just sounds so wrong. If they walk in and that little part right there,
it just sucks itself.
It just sucks itself, bro. Yeah, it's so loud.
Oh, fuck. You don't have any dishwasher, so what do you do to dry dishes?
Fucking just fucking my hands. I don't know. I was just say fucking my hands. I just realized I didn't mean that like that. But I just do good old manual labor. But
wait, do you dry your dishes with a rack?
We have a rack. Yeah, we do have a rack.
Okay.
I miss using a dishwasher. I'm not gonna lie. When I think about it, especially when it's like a lot, when you have to cook and then do dishes,
it's never gonna get clean enough though. No matter what they say, it never gets clean enough.
I would say you're absolutely right. Especially when you do it, you think you did it, and this still has that slippery film on top. Yeah. You know,
honestly, like a lot of Asian foods, it's kind of greasy sometimes.
Oh,
or it could be like stuck to the plate a lot, especially the pots and pans that you cook with. So I can't trust the dishwasher to properly clean all that crap off.
The secret is, and it's still not good enough, is a dishwasher uses hot water. That's what helps a lot to get rid of the stuff with the soap. So sometimes you're like, you have to use hot water, and you're like, yo, my balls are fucking boiling. You know, it's just like and it splashes everywhere.
You mean the sink or the dishwasher?
The sink.
The sink,
Because when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, fuck, this shit's scalding my fucking hands. And what's it? You know how you have the kimchi gloves? That's another thing I guess.
Do you use gloves when you wash your dishes? Okay.
I don't. And also, the gloves just don't fit me. And then when you take it out, your hands are just sweaty.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
So like, I can't use those anymore. I did want to talk about. We did talk about briefly. We had a thing where Lingjie and I were talking about reusing paper towels. I was wondering about that. I think that's an Asian thing, but Lingjie's in the Crazy Rich Asian tier now.
Wait. Oh yes, this thing. Oh,
that was very controversial. Yo, dude, that a lot of people.
I briefly talked about it with Ryan during that episode for the ranting and raving part. Yeah, he says he's in my ballpark too, where he just throws it in the garbage. But the poll that I made, which so many people fucking chimed in on this, right?
It was mad heated.
It was 51-49 though.
Yeah, dude.
So that means that it's not overwhelming one side or the other. That there is a good disconnect. There is a good even split of people that do it one way or the other.
Bro, you know how heated it was? I had people, my friends, just come up. We're like watching the Knicks game.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, by the way, Ben, I also reuse. I'm like, bro, I really don't give a shit. Like, people were actually bringing it up to me. They're like, and then my other friend, he was like, I get the Costco brand. Like, people feel like I'm like judging them now. I was like, I don't care. Like, do you could reuse. I use Bounty. Bounty's expensive.
Bounty's expensive.
It's very, very expensive. And I made the mistake because I ordered boxes of it because I thought I fucked up on Amazon. I put the wrong quantity and we just got.
This sounds like a you problem. This is so a you problem.
So we just had fucking boxes of like the family 6-packs and stuff, and they're huge. Paper towels are huge. So I was like, I am so sorry. I guess we don't need it for years.
Do you at least get the one that pulls off smaller sizes?
Yeah.
That one is so much better.
Yes, that's so true.
I can't go back to using the paper towels where it's the full size square.
Yeah, that seems so wasteful.
Because technically, if you have the ones that are a smaller rectangle and you need a big sheet, you can just pull two of them together and it's the same exact thing as a larger sheet. Why would you ever want a larger sheet to begin with as the base size?
Yeah, sometimes if I'll try to rip that little rectangle piece off in half even sometimes.
Into a square?
Into a square. I'm like, this is stupid, but I think it's helping.
Here's like to defend your case. So you reuse the paper towels. You'll like rinse them off and hang them to dry and then reuse them?
It depends on what it's for. That's what if it's just like wiping the counter and stuff like that, yeah, I'll try to reuse it.
I think if you reuse the towel in the same event, the same thing that you're doing in the moment, and it's not crazy dirty, I think that's okay.
Right.
I do think it's one step to rinse your towel, your paper towel, let it dry, and then reuse it for a future event.
I don't know why.
That's where I think is, I'm like,
right, yeah.
That feels like it's really, really kind of crazy because how many people do you think reuse their towels compared to those that just throw their towel away after one use?
That's the thing. Look, this is what my mom taught me, and I guess I kind of, like learned from her. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty smart. But then also it's like, like outside of America, They don't use paper towels.
They don't. They use like cloth towels
They
and
use
stuff like that.
like microfibers. Like they get really mad that we use paper towels.
I use predominantly
Microfibers rags.
two like rags for my kitchen, and I'll rinse those off every night, and we'll throw them in the laundry machine every once in a while. And that's what I use to like wipe the counters and everything.
Right. So
I only use paper towels when it's like my son spilled yogurt and I gotta like, wipe that shit off or something like that, right?
yeah, I'll admit sometimes I use too much paper towel. I'll use it as like a fucking tissue because I think it's a way more effective tissue.
It's so rough. How is that a more effective tissue?
Because it just absorbs all my fucking mistakes on my face.
You're the kind of guy that could just carry around a handkerchief to blow your nose. That seems like where you should be. You should just carry a handkerchief to wipe your sweat and to blow your nose.
I'm like, I do that. You know what I learned that from? Black people. Because I was like, oh, that's actually really smart because they bring like a towel sometimes. I was like, I'm not going to use a towel. I'll use a handkerchief. So I actually have like a nice little, cloth
Where do you keep it though?
It's in my book bag somewhere. It has little tacos.
Use it to blow your nose or to wipe your towel?
No, just to wipe sweat. Blowing nose, I don't know how people do that. Blowing their nose and
back in the day, they did.
Right.
That's probably because they didn't have tissues back then.
Yeah, that I'm like, nah, I'm good. But if it's to wipe the sweat, oh man, game changer. I'm so grateful. Thank you, black people.
What the fuck?
Because that's what I seen them do it. I was like, because they always put it in the back. And I was like, what is that? It's like, oh, it's for your sweat, bro. And they start patting themselves
especially
out.
here in New York during the summer, it gets really bad sometimes.
I was like, that's really
I just
smart.
use the sleeve of my shirt.
Yeah, but I sweat too much.
Okay, yeah.
I'm moist.
You're moist. All right, Ben, what's next on your list? Are we done in the kitchen? Did we talk about stuff in the kitchen? Or do you have anything else in the kitchen?
Teapots. I think we covered a lot. Teapots, garbage can liners.
What? This episode is running long anyways.
Is it? One more?
Let's just keep this to the kitchen, and I'll retitle this episode Asian versus Western kitchens.
I fucking love it because we need to save on our topics and we can reuse the other ones for the next one, baby.
So we'll pick a different room next time.
Yes, exactly. Next one, Asian bathrooms.
Asian bathrooms.
Yes, yes. Let's fucking go.
No, but the truth is, I have so much stuff here.
Yeah,
like I have so much stuff, and it's in the other room. So, what else do you have that's still in the bathroom? And we'll just keep it at that.
The kitchen.
Sorry, the kitchen.
Oh man, this is running low for. I'm trying to think.
Oh, so you have nothing else in there?
I don't have anything
kitchen?
else. Yeah.
Okay, I have one.
Blabbing it out.
I have one, and this is the final one that we're talking about.
Let's fucking do it.
The primary pan that you cook in the kitchen.
Okay.
I don't know if it's different for Koreans because you guys don't use it.
Okay.
My primary pan for cooking.
Oh, okay. I see what you.
Is a wok.
I want to wok though.
Okay, it's different because that's more of a Chinese thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some other East Asians that use a wok predominantly too.
Thai people.
But honestly, I feel like almost all of you guys can use a wok for most of your stuff. Because if you steam, you can steam in a wok. If you stew, technically. You can technically stew in a wok.
Yeah, that's true.
You just have to be careful about the temperature control because the carbon steel is so thin that it heat gets through faster as opposed to like a cast iron pot where it holds the heat more.
Okay, and it's a smaller too.
Yeah, exactly.
Soup.
So maybe not for soup, although I'm sure you can make.
I can see it though.
You could make it work. That's the thing. You could make it work.
It's just also don't spill that shit. That's what it is too.
It's not like you can take a saucepan and use it for everything, but you can technically use a wok for almost all East Asian cooking.
So you would say for most part, the wok is it's just like the cleaver.
It's like the cleaver, yeah.
Right? It's your primary. It's not the secondary.
No, it's the primary.
Tertiary. It's your primary.
It's the primary, yeah.
I got to give you that.
I could probably just live in the kitchen with just one singular wok and one cleaver as like the primary stuff. Because you can boil water in it. If you had to, you can cook instant noodles in the wok. If you really wanted to, you could.
Lingjie's like, it's like, you want to make coffee? Use a wok.
You could.
Yeah.
Boil the water in the wok and then just pour it over your cup. You could, if you want, you could drink out the wok.
It's like, you want popcorn? Use a wok.
I bet you can make popcorn in the wok.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because it's high heat and you just throw the popcorn kernels into it.
Oil.
And you put the lid on it.
That's
bam.
It. Yeah.
Yo, see? You could do anything in the wok.
I have like a big pan, but it's like a mini wok.
What's your primary pan that you used in the kitchen then? Like
Koreans
the main
like to
one.
use like a pan that's like, it's kind of like a mini wok. So it's like, imagine the shape of a wok, right? But it's just a lot smaller. Like maybe like 1/3, I would say the size.
Is it more, because a wok is more like a V, like it tapers out.
Oh, like
V.
a cone. It's more cone
like
shape.
a cone shape.
Ours is more like a bowl. Yeah, picture like a bowl.
Is it like a giant fruit bowl?
Imagine like with a handle.
With a handle.
Yeah, like a nice wide coffee cup with a handle.
So it's still fairly tall where you can put soups and stuff in it.
Right. So you know how like we like to make a lot of stews?
Yeah.
It's perfect to make stews. It's perfect just to make, our meats and stuff. So that's kind of like
Can you saute in it? Can you like high heat saute in it?
It's not as that's the thing. When you guys watch people using a wok, the wok is so necessary for making that high sear, quick, sauteing thing. You could do it for that pan.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the wok just does it better. That's why I like watching, chefs using the wok. Like
that's a combination of two things. Like I said, most woks are made of carbon steel, which is very thin. They heat up very, very fast.
Right.
And they can transfer the heat over fast, as opposed to like a cast iron thing, which holds heat very well.
Or nonstick.
Nonstick with stuff like that. It's a little bit different. Cast iron is also very good for searing, but it takes a long time to heat up.
Yes.
Carbon steel woks, you turn the flame on, it's pretty much like in 10 seconds, it's hot enough for you to put the oil into, and then you can start like sauteing.
I have a carbon steel pan, but I just never use it, I realized. I use the other one, just like a nonstick.
Does your thing rust then if you don't use it?
As long no, I gotta check it, but I cleaned it, I seasoned it, right? Because that's what you could do with seasoning. Woks you can make like non-stick as well, as long as you season it.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about
season
those
it well.
things.
You kind of have to like treat it almost like a cast iron.
Yeah,
how you take care of it, and they get that layer of seasoning over time.
Yes. So yeah, the wok I like that. That's a good way of ending it.
So in a Western household, here's the different types of pans. Okay, we have a cast iron skillet.
Yep.
I actually find like that is my most versatile Western pot.
Yeah, like pot pan.
Pot pan.
Yeah.
Pot pan.
Pot pan.
Next would be just a saucepan. So a saucepan is like what do white people use a saucepan for? Sauce?
Gravies
and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like higher up. So it's like a circular top.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit higher up, and it's small
very
enough.
cute looking.
Yeah.
It almost looks like the stuff that kids play with.
There's larger versions of that. Next is a stock pot, which is kind of like a saucepan, but just really, really big. So I'm sure like us Asians probably do have the next most used pan for us Asian people would probably be something similar to a stock pan, because that's when you make like stews and you braise stuff. Just a large pot that's vertical all the way up.
Very tall.
Very tall.
Very,
and you
very
put
tall.
lots of crap into it and just like stew for a while.
Right, yeah. So if we want to make like a broth, a stock.
Or like congee,
yeah.
stuff that takes a long time is like
Or just like large piece of meat in that bad boy.
So what's your second most used pan then? If you're using that weird little...
We have that. Obviously like just like a very standard large pan.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty much it, right?
I would say so. Like you said, a large pot for sure. It's kind of a sucky one purpose tool, but it's like you kind of need that you find in like Western houses. It's like the mashed potato masher.
Oh, what can you use in lieu of a potato masher? Because I actually do have a potato masher.
Right.
That's one of the few one-use things that I have.
You need it when you need it.
Because because I've tried to make, let's say, mashed sweet potatoes or just other things that require like crushing.
Use it with like chopsticks.
And I couldn't find anything in the house.
That's the one thing.
That could mash it without blending it. Because in theory, you could put it into the blender or the food processor. But
or the handheld blenders. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the same texture.
Nah.
So the mashed potato masher thing, I actually do have that.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
You know what I have that I don't use that much anymore?
Uh-huh.
A sous vide machine.
Oh, I think I have one. I never use it. I just have it.
I used it for a period of time when we first got it because my wife was raving about her coworker's chicken breast being sous vide.
Oh, so juicy.
And it tasted so juicy.
Uh-huh.
And I kept doing it. And the hardest part is it's a fine line between cooked and raw. So I can't, because it's in the bag.
It's like chicken sushi.
I can't cut it to check, or I can't taste it to check without taking the whole thing out of the container plus the bag.
Yeah.
There is no process for me to check.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work for a better result. And if I'm cooking for someone else, I would do it. For myself, I don't care if the chicken comes out a little bit dry. I'll just eat it.
Oh, I say a little raw. I'll live. Just drink some soy sauce to kill it, It'll be fine.
All right, guys, let us know how your Asian households are a little bit different. Let us know if some of these things resonate with you.
Yeah.
Like I said, because this episode is running long, we'll keep the other differences between Asian households to separate rooms.
That's so perfect.
At some point, you'll see the differences between an Asian shed and a Western shed.
Asian garage versus Western garage. Asian powder room versus...
What's a powder room?
It's for like, you know what a powder... It's like those bathrooms that are just like right by the door. Yeah.
2-piece.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a 2-piece bathroom, right?
They call it powder room.
So fancy. All right, guys, on to ranting and raving, where we like to rave about something good happening in their lives or rant about something shitty. Ben, do you have anything written down? Because I think you actually wrote down something here. Should I tell you what you wrote down?
I mean, I could take a look at... I was just going to talk about the poppy thing anyway. And I'll use the other one for whatever.
Okay, fine.
So what's it? This is a little soda that I brought for Lingjie. It's called Poppy or Poopy, and
I bet you it's called Poppy.
it is Poppy.
It's
but-
POPPI.
But what's it? It's supposed to be. It's low sugar.
You
Low
only
calorie.
get it. You only get 30 seconds because
okay.
because this is not owned by an Asian company.
Oh yeah, that's true. What's it? So it has probiotics. But the funny thing is, my dad was like, "Hey, I noticed you brought that shit in here. Can I try as a soda?" I was like, "Yeah, that perfect." Because all my other shit is seltzer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Hey, yeah, drink it. It's really good, right?" So he like gets a glass, puts ice. Like, I can tell he's really excited.
Yeah.
He pours it in. He starts drinking that shit, and he looks so surprised on his look. Like he looks so let down. I was like,
Oh, let down in,
Yeah.
in a bad way. He's surprised
Yeah.
in a bad way.
so he was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" I was like, "It's like the new healthy." He's like, "Is this what you fucking kids drink now? What is this?"
Guys,
shit?"
by the way, I just opened the can, so I'm gonna try it as a taste test.
Yeah, it's a little warm, so but
It tastes
doesn't-
fine.
So see, right, it tastes fine, right?
It tastes fine.
My dad lost his shit. He's like, "What's the fucking flavor called?" So if you look at the flavor, it's
Cherry lemonade.
called limeade.
Limeade. Sorry.
He's like, "What the? How many fucking?" He's like, "What just happened to good old Coca-Cola?" He was just being a boomer. He was like, "You fucking kids!"
he
like,
got so
fuck-
triggered.
Yo, he was so pissed because I think it's red. It looks like a Coca-Cola can, and it says soda.
Yeah.
So he wanted something that's like the flavor of
Oh my God.
Coca-Cola. He was so mad. He's like, "Yeah, why do you guys just keep changing shit? Just keep it the way it was." Like what? He's like, I was like, "Dad, it's good for you." He's like, I don't want good for me. I want flavor. I
It's
want
like when you're drinking a Coke, you know it's not good for you.
yeah.
That's not the goal of drinking soda.
That was literally his argument. He's like, "I don't want good for me. I want fucking Coca-Cola. Fuck it, this shit."
If I want good for me, I'll go drink water.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, he was so upset at me. He's like, "Bro, don't bring this shit anymore." I was like, "It's for my friend." He's like, "It's free." He's like, "I don't want this shit." Fuck. Yo, get Coca-Cola. Get me a 2-liter Coca-Cola.
Go find a friend that works at Coca-Cola. go tell that friend to work at Coca-Cola.
He's like, "Fuck it. Get Pepsi. I don't give a shit. Just fucking get it out." And my mom's just there like laughing. I was like, "Mom, you're like, no, I believe your dad. I don't want this shit either." And I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Okay, this went from what I thought was gonna be like an ad to
no.
okay.
Oh, dude, I was so upset. I was like, "Fuck."
All right. Good thing this is not a Asian brand.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does taste okay. I'm trying with some for right now. It's not my
That's-
drink of choice because it has 5 grams of sugar,
yeah.
which is not that much, but I feel like I'm wasting 5 grams of sugar on the drink because I just prefer seltzer water. Just straight
Right.
seltzer water. I'm okay with that lack of flavor.
Yeah, you're like, I'll have fruit if I need like sugar.
Sugar,
real
yeah. Like I have
sugar.
real like fruit with fiber and shit.
Yeah, so there you
All
go. Worst advertisement ever.
Me this week. I love, and this is a rave. I love this thing. Remember we talked about on the past episode, and I did it, Ben. I did it.
Wait, what did you do?
I did it.
Wait, what did you do?
I got a fanny pack.
Oh, you got it?
I got a fanny
You
pack.
got the North Face?
No, I didn't.
Which
'cause
one
that-
did you get?
Because that one was way too big. I saw measurements.
It's fucking.
I saw a measurement, and then I like tried to measure. I'm like, oh, this is way too big.
It is wide.
I just got some random brand from Amazon. Like it's nothing too fancy. I actually tried to get a smaller North Face fanny pack.
Yeah.
It came in. It was so small. I'm like, this is my pocket.
Oh, it's like a kid size. Yeah.
It's an adult size, but I'm like, this is pointless. This is just one singular pocket that I have with straps.
It's just a pocket on the outside.
It's so pointless.
It's a bulges.
My
and
wife's
shit.
like, what's the point of carrying this? You can't put shit into it.
Yeah.
Because my main thing about the fanny pack that I wanted was I always had to carry my son's water bottle or my water bottle because it's summer now. You
Yeah.
know, stay hydrated.
Some other things you might need.
So most fanny packs actually can't fit a water bottle. And if they're large enough to fit a water bottle inside the compartment, then they're like way, way too big. Surprisingly, there was just this random brand, and I'll show you later, where it's a fanny pack, but in the middle, there's a slot where you can actually slide a full water bottle in.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's actually pretty useful. And I have all my shit there. I used it for the first time this weekend when we went out to like some my kids' birthday parties and stuff like that.
Right.
And it was actually very useful. Someone asked for a bandage, and I flipped my fanny pack over. I was like, I got you guys.
Probably pointing your finger. I was like, oh,
I got
one
you
moment.
guys. First
Right.
day's use. Vaseline, I got you guys. They are very, very good. And you know how in the past I talked about the greatest invention ever is zippered pockets?
Okay.
The greatest invention.
I agree.
On
yes.
pants especially, zippered pockets are so life-changing that if you don't have zippered pockets, you don't know what you're doing.
Especially in sweatpants. Yes.
Especially in sweatpants.
Woo.
Fanny pack is almost like an extension of zippered pockets. If you love zippered pockets, you're going to love a fanny pack.
And the great thing about it is like if you put too much shit in your sweatpants, it just starts pulling that. You have that fear like, oh man, my shit's gonna like be exposed.
Yeah.
A fanny pack, it just stays there.
It does.
And you have the confidence to load up more shit in there.
It's so good. It's so good. I made that joke before. Like, zipper pockets are great for keeping your junk in your trunk.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not talking about your dick. So like a fanny pack keeps more junk on you, and superb. It doesn't even matter what fucking brand, because this thing will like die in a couple years, I'm sure. Like it'll rip at the seams.
Yeah.
But just having one, superb. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss, guys. Now you know. It's the summer of fanny packs.
All right, guys, we're at the outro. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know you guys missed us, and for the second time this episode, which I normally don't do, leave us a 5-star review.
Thank you so much for
please,
that.
Please. I know I don't do this very, very often. I usually save it at the end if I even remember, but please, it's free of charge. It's free 99.
Oh, okay.
Minus the 99 cents. So just do it for us if you can. It takes a quick second, pause, write yourself a note to do it later if you're driving or something like that. Just find time.
Tell Siri, put it down in your notes.
Yeah, somewhere. Just leave a 5-star review. Most of you guys listen on Apple or Spotify anyway, so that's always appreciated. If you listen on YouTube, which not that many of you do, give us a like on this video.
Yes.
Subscribe and follow there as well. And I think that's pretty much it. Ben, is there anything nice you want to say?
No, nice haircut.
Nice haircut to you too.
There you go.
Okay, guys, we'll catch you guys next week. Follow us on all the social medias at Worst Asian Pod. Follow Ben at
Yeah, I guess whatever. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, guys,
We lost an edit. Later.
Bye.